I read that. I read in the Guardian, a UK newspaper, that the government in the UK is considering requiring cyclists to get a number plate for their bicycle and to subject them to the same speed limits as cars. And yeah, what a strange thing to propose. So they want cyclists to get a little number plate so the government can now register you. So if you drive too fast on your bicycle, they can send you a $100 fine in the post. I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. There's some good studies out there about helmet wearing actually, so I'm not sure off the top of my head, it's either New Zealand or Australia where people have to wear a helmet by law on a bicycle. And you know, helmet wearing is very controversial. I think generally you should wear a helmet, although if you look at the studies, there's mixed results on helmet wearing. Because if you're running on the side of the road and you fall over, you know, if you go running, you don't wear a helmet. If you're driving a car, you don't wear a helmet and you're inches from glass or metal. So anyway, the UK government wants to put number plates on bicycles so they can generate more revenue from the citizens, right? And anything that discourages exercise is such a bad thing in my opinion. And you know, it's something like 45% of the people in the UK are obese, like 70% are overweight. And you know, it's like if you make something more restrictive, people are less likely to do it, especially when it comes to exercise, right? You just want to jump on your bicycle and go. You've got to put on all protective gear and register your bicycle with the government, get insurance as well apparently. Oh, come on guys, you turn the nation into, well, you tell me below, but I'm going to put a link to the story below guys, and I'd love to have your opinions on it. Again, it's quite a controversial thing. Helmets, insurance for cyclists, speed limits for cyclists. Should cyclists be privy? Should they be using the same? Should they be adhering to the same rules as motorists? It's a big debate, but there was a study done, I can't remember if it's New Zealand or Australia, where they said that once they made helmets mandatory, basically everyone just hung up their bikes and didn't go biking because they couldn't be bothered to wear helmets, it was too hot. So the effects on long-term health from not exercising is a lot worse than the odd crash you may have on a bicycle. And there's studies to prove that, and if I can find the study, I will link it below as well. People are looking at me because I'm speaking in a foreign language. But yeah, it's crazy to me. I can't, you know, it's one of the things that, you know, I go on about Vietnam having a feeling of freedom, and that's one of the things that I like about it here. And I could never imagine the government here telling you to put a number plate on your bicycle. People would just laugh at them, you know. There's health and safety, and there's doing the right thing, and then there's just going a little bit too far. Even the e-bike law in the UK, so apparently you're only allowed to use a 250 watt motor. You're not allowed to have a throttle. Only allowed to have pedal assist. So it kind of takes the whole fun out of e-biking, because the throttle works in conjunction with the pedaling, and you kind of give the throttle a little blip like I'm doing now, helps you up a hill, helps you get past the danger or hazard on the road. And for me, it's just, you know, nanny state, what's going on, mate? Anyway, I saw that story and I wanted to talk about it because I really hope they don't do that. But maybe you disagree with me, guys. Maybe you think it's a good idea. It gives accountability to reckless cyclists who knock people over. But I think the UK has bigger problems at the moment with 11% inflation, cost of living crisis. Let's bring out some more ridiculous rules to detract from the real problems in society. One of the other things I like about Vietnam is it's very easy to get health checks here. And I've talked about this before in my other videos, guys, but if you're new to the channel, it's something that you can do very easily and very cheaply in Vietnam. I can walk into any hospital and it costs about $1 for one blood test. So, for example, if I want to check my fasting glucose, my liver panel, ALT, AST, things like that, CBC, just a basic routine blood test to check your general health, it costs me about $10 or $15 for the whole thing. And I get my results in about an hour. So there is a slightly more emphasis on preventative medicine here, which I like. You know, in the UK, very difficult to see a doctor. Doctors not very keen to order tests. They're not really into preventative. But they love to treat you, so they'll wait until you've got something wrong with you. And then they'll throw all the drugs at you. But unfortunately, especially with things like type 2 diabetes, which is kind of a ticking time bomb in Western countries, and it's very preventable through diet and exercise. And the burden on countries like the UK, where you have, you know, the National Health Service, universal healthcare, which is free or paid for by your taxes, but the burden on government coffers from things like diabetes, all the medications you got to take like metformin, insulin if it progresses to a later stage, it all could be prevented by exercise and diet in the majority of cases. So when I read stories about the government wanting you to put a number plate, tax and insure your bicycle, terrible idea. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter. Let me know if you think any different below, guys. I'd love to hear your opinions on this topic. I think it's an interesting one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It all helps me to grow the channel and to produce more content for you. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.